Library car. All this stuff's getting heavy. I'll dump what I don't read. Everyone's favorite journalist reporter, Amy Rose, is hot on the scoop. I'm heading out. You've been fabulously helpful. Already? Before you go, Espio and I wanted to give you your presents. My presents? You're both too sweet, thank you. Vector, it seems we have more guests. Amy, there you are. Have you found any leads yet? Oh, the detective pair needs help from the birthday girl? Ah, she knows everyone's allowed to be sassy on their birthday. I assure you, Amy's sassy at all times. This tip is just too juicy to ignore. I'll see you all around. Don't worry, Sonic. I'll be the one to avenge you, and quick. But how are you gonna leave? The door to the next car is locked. Oh, you doubt the birthday girl? This birthday girl has a master key. Right, the birthday girl gets the birthday key. Of course, it's a birthday privilege. I'll solve this case before anyone else does. Bye! Amy may be hasty, but she's thorough. Now what are you two doing? Looking mighty suspicious, I say. I'm the detective, so I can't be the murderer. And I'm, Here, Docs, everyone's hungry. Starved! I'd kill for a chicken parmesan right about now. Maybe kill isn't the right language to use right now. I'm Vector the Butcher. I'm licensed to handle raw meat. And I'm Espio, the poet. Ah, poetry. A resonant message from poet to reader, meant to challenge our delicate perspective of the most rhythmic of prose. Can I hear some? Sure. Teardrops in the spring. Can you hear me sing? La 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 la, dee 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 dee. The fuck? He has little... Oh, I love it! He has little Charles holding open a curve. It's the best fit ever! Was that it? I have more if you'd like. Cherry blossom in the spring. I'm satisfied for now, thanks. At least he's rhyming, I suppose. Phoenix Ray and I are here to establish both of your alibis. Can you walk us through what happened after Amy had everyone leave the dining car? Oh, sure, it's simple. We just explained this to Amy, actually. When we were all sent off, Rouge, Blaze, and Shadow and Sonic all passed through this library car, where Amy told me and Espio to stay. Makes sense. I promptly picked up a book off the shelf and made myself comfortable. Vector got bored, so we left to see what Knuckles was up to in the saloon car. Yup! Where was Rouge? We happened to see her lipstick stain on a cup at the saloon car. Rouge came over to the library car, seemingly looking for something. Then she went to search the saloon car. She came back shortly after. We heard her shout, "No way!" at the brochure stand over there. But she left back to the casino car before Shadow came through and locked the door. Wonder what she found. She's obviously been on the hunt for something. After Rouge left, Shadow walked through the casino door, then entered the library car and locked the door behind him. More importantly, why was Shadow locking doors? Shadow walked through the library car to the saloon car, where Knuckles and I were playing games. He insisted on showing us up at Super Monkey Ball. I got so engrossed by a rolling monkey action, I hardly noticed when Shadow left the Splatoon car. I guess he walked from the library car to the casino car again, locking the door behind him. Then I returned to the lounge car where he was meant to be stationed. When Vector came back, we realized Knuckles locked the door to the saloon car. We were stuck in the library car. That's when the train sped up. We were worried about bookshelves falling on us, but we got through it alright. We sat trapped here until Amy arrived, asking questions. She's the one that told us someone murdered Sonic. And yeah, that's all that happened. With all these locked doors, it seems Vector and Espio couldn't have left the library car or the saloon car. Thank you both for your cooperation. We're just gonna peek around and we'll return with any questions. If you return with any meat, I'll chop it up for you. And if you'd like to be serenaded with a poem, I've got you covered too. Thanks, guys! The alibi seems solid enough, but we should still search for clues. What we're looking for is any evidence that proves what they're saying is true. We need to confirm Vector's reason for leaving his post and determine if Espio was actually in the library car reading. A tall task, but we can do it. Let's get to the bottom of this, Tails. Absolutely. So, I don't believe that Espio is innocent yet, because, there's no one to confirm Espio's story, but I guess I'm about to do that myself, or attempt to. All this reading is doing a number on my mouth, dear God! A chow hangs precariously from a tree branch. The large text below reads, "Hang in there." Wow, I really needed to see this. This little chow is hanging there, refusing to use his wings to fly to safety, because shooting the hard way is often the most rewarding. That's beautiful. This chow can stick to his principles and find strength, and I can too. There's no way there was that much thought put into this painting. Poster. Right? Ooh, brochures! There are travel destination ideas here, like amusement parks, caverns, hotels, restaurants. Oh! Phoenix, right, look at this! There's a couple of maps here. There seems to be a map of the library car. The books are organized by genre, which are listed here. I love a good overhead map. Let's take it. Library maps add to your inventory. Shall we take this brochure about a cave too? Look, there's satellites. No, leave it. Oh, yeah, that's fair. Nobody shares my fondness for caves. Is that the table that I'm seeing on the map there? So if that's the table to my right currently... No, it's a map. This is the table. So we're here. Okay. I didn't get as much information from that map as I thought I would. Chaos Cola. Check out our book club. Book of the month, Gone Gal. Shao supposedly walked for the library car before going into the saloon car. When Shao left the library car, he locked this door on his way out. There's gotta be a reason he's doing this. Shall we make a note of it? Yeah, I do believe we should. Oh, poor thing. Their arm's really struggling cleaning up this car. To be fair, I wouldn't want to clean up all this mess either. Let's just leave it alone and do its thing. Yeah, probably for the best. So many books on the ground. I wish we had time to pick them all up. I sadly have no interest in picking up these books. A lot of these were knocked out by the train speeding up. But Rouge pulled a lot of these out to search for something. What reckless behavior! I feel sorry for the poor books. The spines are creasing! They're opening too far! This kid feels empathy for everything. Let's take up a pause and sit for a moment. These chairs are really comfy. So plushy. Puts me right in the mood to read. Makes me want to take a nap, personally. In fact, maybe I'll rest my eyes a bit. Phoenix, right? No! Don't fall asleep. There's been a murder, remember? If I had a ring for every time a murder ruined my nap time. How many rings would you have? Excuse me? Something's always hitting the trash. Let's check there. I hate to say it, but there's nothing here. Ah, I really thought there'd be something there. Phoenix, right? Are you saying there was nothing in the trash can? No, I'm alright. I'm sure there'll be something here in the next trash bin we find. You really think so? Yeah, we just gotta stay optimistic. Yeah, okay. These trash bins hide a secret, I'm sure of it. Phoenix, right? You're pretty unconventional, but I like that. Is that supposed to be a compliment? A globe of our marvelous planet. I haven't traveled around much. The islands are fun and all, but I'd love to visit some of the countries. They're a lot of fun, honestly. Plenty of wonderful people and shops, and the food can't be beat either. Ah, sounds perfect for a vacation. The conductor was talking about Spagonia, if you've ever been there. I have, actually. If you're ever visiting, be sure to stop at the university and say hi to Professor Pickle. He'll tell you everything about the area and makes one scrumptious sandwich. No, he doesn't. His sandwiches are shit. I'll keep that in mind, thanks. This group knows everyone's been everywhere, haven't they? His sandwiches are cucumber sandwiches with a little bit of mayo. It's horrible. Also, I should really be checking this chat more often. Current main suspects? Who's most sus in your opinion right now? Interesting lock. Considering the quokka is adjacent to a cat, I guess the trash can thing makes sense. And I'm pretty sure it's a nod to Professor Layton. No, that's actually a character from Sonic Unleashed, Professor Pickles. He is an academic, and he has an obsession with cucumber sandwiches. Anyway, to answer the question about who my current main suspects are... Espio, Shadow, and Rouge, but obviously it's too early to say anything, because I don't have all the evidence I need, but... with what I have so far, they're the most suspicious. What's this bright red book? Oh yuck, this reeks of evil scientist Dr. Eggman. Yep, this is Dr. Eggman's autobiography and recipe book. What kind of recipes? Who cares? I wouldn't trust any book he's written. It's rare to see even here. Maybe people just appreciate an omelet. You may not be wrong. It's because he's evil doesn't mean he can't make a good omelet. Damn, Tails. Oh, actually, look in the top right corner. There's a photo of Professor Pickles, too. Wow, I wish I could stop and look at all these books. But Sonic needs me. No time to rest. Alright, let's move on then. Well, I mean, a little peek wouldn't hurt. He's scouting for all the book titles excitedly. He's like a kid in a candy shop, or in this case, a genius in a train library. That's odd. I know some books have fallen on the floor and everything, but every book on these shelves is in alphabetical order but this one. The Mirage Express Manual. It's a user guide to the Mirage Express, the train we're currently on. Do you think someone found it on the ground and put it back? Maybe, but it is interesting. Let's make a note of this. I think we found enough clues. Let's interrogate Vester and Espio to find out who's lying. So yeah, if anybody was on Professor Pickles, this looks like this is him right here. Cucumber sandwiches are the best. I won't stand this dish. Oh my god. Your taste is horrible! So do I want to... which one do I want to interrogate first? I guess I'll go with Espio first. Fancy a poem? Can I get a poem about trains? Locomotive in motion. I think I lost my lotion. The window shows the ocean. Oh wait, there's my lotion. Thanks. Actually, we like that one. Huh? Can I take your order? I have a poem about this. Oh, god damn it. My starved stomach babbled, though I ignored a grumbling tummy. For the eggs I received were scrambled, when I asked for my egg sunny. Oh wow, we don't serve any eggs in the train though. My talent is wasted on you lot. So, the two of you don't believe us, eh? It's not that I don't trust your review, but I wouldn't be a proper detective without examining the validity of your alibis. Phoenix Wright and I are here to confirm two things. Why Vector left to go play games with Knuckles, and if Espio was really reading the library car. Vector, we'll start with you. Why'd you leave the library car to visit Knuckles? We're prepared to present evidence if next. Oh, that's easy. I got bored. What? I wasn't entertaining him enough, it seems. Vector enjoys being social. Plus, we were instructed to mingle. I remember the arcade machine in the saloon bar, so I figured I'd go check it out. But it seems to line up with the information we gathered with Knuckles. And that brings our attention to you, Espio. Rouge entered the library car, found something, then left. You said you immediately started reading, but were you actually reading the entire time you were in the library car? Of course he was! Once Espio starts reading, he doesn't stop till it's done. I've seen it! It must have been a good read. What was the book? Espio doesn't know you that, detective. Let the man live. What if it was embarrassing? What kind of things do you think I read? If you won't talk, I have a hunch of what the book might be. Phoenix Wright, can you help me out? Alright, Phoenix Wright. What book do you think Espio may have been reading? The only book we have access to? A manual? You think Espio was reading the instructions? What argument could you possibly have to support this? Oh, fuck. I was doing so well, too. Fuck. I can't believe I failed that one. That one wasn't even that hard. I'm not gonna comment. There are books scattered around the floor, sure, but the remaining books in the shelves were all in alphabetical order. All except the manual, meaning someone at the very least picked up the manual up and put it back in the incorrect place. This lack of attention to detail isn't normally like you, Espio. Hey now, I won't have you insulting my pal like that! Calm down, Vector. I know you mean well, but I can handle myself. Apologies, Espio. A butcher and a poet, friendship can form everywhere. That is indeed the book I was reading. The Mirage Express Manual, trains are cool. In that case, we'd like to ask you a few questions about the manual. Phoenix Wright, if you don't mind. Could you ask Espio some questions about the manual? Just flip to a page and ask away. Oh, I see. Quiz Espio about the manual to prove he read it. Which page should I quiz him on? 14. We only had an hour to read. We need to make sure it's something reasonable. Okay, what efficient and extremely accurate technology was installed to assist in keeping the train spotless? Robotic arms. During the events, they can perform a variety of tasks, and are responsible for cleaning up trash and messes otherwise. I remember the conductor saying the train can clean itself. For I have a feeling the train company just didn't want to have any janitors. The robotic arms can also detect weapons or explosives being brought into the train, ensuring passengers' safety. Seems like Espio aced that question. Phoenix Wright, hit him with another one. Okay, which page do I choose? 89. What is the Mars Express's cancellation policy? No refunds and you won't be charged on the no-show fee. This does not apply if you're over the age of 65. Gee, the person who made this rule must have been over 65. Last one, Phoenix Wright. See if Espio can get free for free. Gotcha, which item I pick last? 402. What was implemented to support the conductor's duties and ease general train obligations? An intelligence data processing system. It works in tandem with the conductor to assume smooth travel for the guests. It seems the train has an autopilot, but it can't access its full suit capabilities without the conductor present. Now, did I pass your little test? Yep. Totally, it's wild you were able to retain all this information so quickly. A poet's brain is often surprising. I don't know if I'd be bragging about that. You clearly read the manual. Those answers feel too specific to be guesses. And you both had the nerve to question my buddy like that. Don't we want to be supported, folks who read? You have to admit, though, reading the entire time a murder occurred does sound a bit suspicious, even if true. But he answered all my questions so calmly. That's very impressive. No. I understand everyone's cautious attitudes. Vector was the only one to see me reading, after all. My alibi is hard to suspect, despite being the truth. Well, you definitely read for the manual, so I suppose we can... How was Vector the only one I saw him reading? Shadow and Rouge supposedly came through this room. How? Sonic came through this room. Even if we assume when everybody went to the party he wasn't reading yet, Shadow and Rouge had to go back through. Something's up there. Espio, is that true? Vector was the only one to see you reading? Yes, that's correct. Problem. Frankly, I don't believe that can be true. And we have evidence to back it up. Phoenix Wright? He always puts me on the spot. Okay, Phoenix Wright, think. You should have a piece of evidence linked to someone who also saw Espio reading, but who? Locke. Shadow's Locke? Please, pray tell, what's this doing anything? We're up, Phoenix Wright, let's get our argument together. Sorry, y'all, my bad vision. It's easy for me to make fuck-ups like that. Or that. Alright, I just barely got it. If you can't read 300 pages in an hour, you aren't a true reader. Love that what would most likely be my alibi is sus AF. Confirmed! Tetra would read while people were getting murdered. Shadow walked through the library car to get to the Splatoon car, where he set the original high score in the arcade machine. Yeah, but I ended up beating it. Wasn't the high score long? Crocs are natural gamers. Actually, it was never the high score. The high score was a preset factory one, anyway. Espio said he saw Shadow enter the library car, but he's mentioned nothing about Shadow's return. He only mentioned that Vector came back. When Shadow left Knuckles and Vector in the Splatoon car, Espio was fully seated, reading his book for a good while at this point. We saw Shadow had to walk back to the library car when he left the saloon car. So there's absolutely no way Shadow and Espio didn't notice one another on Shadow's return trip. I mean, it was a simple slip-up. I was just fully immersed in my book, but I didn't notice Shadow. You're telling me the sound of doors opening and locking would have caused you to look up? Well, you see. I can sense Espio's desperation here. Defending the argument that he was reading the entire time isn't easy. So if you didn't see Shadow returning from the saloon car to lock all the doors, but at the moment, were you really in the library car at all? But how would Espio leave? Shadow locked all the doors, and no one saw Espio in the saloon car, Chameleon. It's a mystery, my dear. It's a mystery, my dear Phoenix, right? One that I would love for Espio to solve. You gotta believe me. That cool demeanor is vanishing. I was so involved in my book, I didn't notice Shadow passed back through the library car, honest. When Vector returned, he even had to tap me on the shoulder to get my attention. Yeah, I think I remember doing that. I must avenge my friend's death, so I'll ask you again, Espio. If you weren't there for Shadow to see you reading, then how did you leave the library car? I didn't... Why doesn't it seem right to me? Tails definitely feels like he's up to something, but I don't get it. Was Espio simply sitting reading, or did he somehow vanish to not notice Shadow's return in the library car? What should I do? Shadow's car couldn't have been locked because if it was, Rouge wouldn't be able to get back through the door either. So that means Espio could have left the car. If we were in the same continent and I hadn't interrogated in person in the past 5 days, I think I'd given you my bug. Alright, so I'm gonna join Tails because for Rouge to get back into that back car, the door had to be unlocked, which means Espio could have left the room. Join Tails. No, I can't interrupt Tails while he's on to something. I'll let him continue this line of questioning and... Phoenix Wright, my favorite and beloved employee, please. Protect the passengers aboard this train. They must be taken care of. If you found the lawsuits will be torturous. That loss is an old feeble soul to get sued. I must protect them. I have to make sure our guests are taken care of. I have to speak up. Tails! We have a piece of evidence that can answer all our problems. Alright, my fellow associate, lay it on me. What piece of evidence shows Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another? The overhead map, I guess? Alright, now let me get my thoughts in order. No! I was so close! I fucked up again. I'm so sorry, guys. I'll stop sucking soon. Maybe. Okay, I did it. Barely. The little reading nook, hon. I'll show you. I don't know what to show you all is in response to, but The library map? Oh, I see. See the axes? They're right across from one another. A straight path. Yeah. If Shadow walked down the straight path, there's a way Espio and Shadow couldn't have seen each other. Looks like you'll have to point out exactly where on the map you mean. Where could Espio have been for Shadow not to see him? Okay, Tetra mentioned a reading nook. Here. Interesting, that's where I was sitting reading my book. I can see this! When I returned from the saloon car, Espio was in the same spots! That confirms it then. You can see Shadow and Espio couldn't have seen one another from the spots. Because a bookcase is in the way. There's no way Shadow could have seen Espio, or vice versa. It makes a lot of sense why you never mentioned Shadow's return, Espio. There's just no way you would have seen him. I apologize for losing my cool back there. I felt I was grasping despite telling the truth. But I'm glad you all believe me now. Your alibi isn't the most airtight, but I have no further points. Thank you both for answering all our questions. We did it. Another pair of alibis validated. Too many locked doors to worry about, but I'm glad everything straightened itself out in the end. Well, I'm exhausted. I'm gonna crash here for a bit. These chairs are so comfy. Likewise, I could use a breather. Sadly, our work isn't done. I have plenty of questions for Rouge and especially Shadow. Oh, seems the door of the next car is open. Amy must have kept it open when she passed through earlier. Then that's our cue to leave. See you later, Vector and Espio. Give 'em heck! And if you hear any meat chopped up, say the word! I'll keep my poetry sharp for you both. A murderer is on the loose, while doors keep getting locked. Tick-tock goes the clock, while our heroes are in the caboose. At this point, I'm feeling pretty confident that our detective abilities, we're really doing this. Come on, Phoenix Wright, let's see who's next. Coming! Alright, nothing new in the chat. We never took we never took Vector's orders. Let's take his order now. Remain meat slice up? No, I'm not sure we will, actually. Your loss. Oh, we can't get his order now. May the breeze drift you towards success. A one-sentence poem for you. Are italics enough to qualify for a poem? Wait, how can you tell they were italics? You sure you don't want to stay and look at the great books a little longer? Let me just make sure there's no other extra things I can look at. Okay, the investigation continues.